Good morning, everyone. My name is Betsie Baker, and it's my privilege to share some thoughts with you this morning. I'm recording this on the 20th of March, which is the official start of spring. And I run often, and at the moment, being outside is just beautiful to see the yellow daffodils against the blue sky and birds singing in the trees, blossoms on the trees, and I often even see little bunnies hopping around. And I just wonder for us, thinking of this, and spring is such a symbol of new beginnings and of hope, and how we see spring in the backdrop of the year we had. And I know we often talk about this year as all of us being in the same storm, but in different boats. And for some of us, our boat might be quite secure, even though the winds were strong or the waves were big, we felt safe. For others on the other end of the spectrum, it might be that it felt as if we're exposed to the elements in a ragged old dinghy and just hanging on to keep aboard. We are now at a time where that storm seems to be calming down, and as if we can see landscape on the horizon, see the shore. And I just wonder how the future looks like for each one of us, or how we perceive the future looking back at all our experiences. Just thinking about that will be different for all of us. But thinking about God, He's just the same as He was before the pandemic, during the pandemic, into the future. God is always good, and God is always faithful, always in control, always a loving God, always gracious, and God is always generous. And that's where I just want to pause for a little while. I was reading Psalm 23 this morning, and the very first verse, as we all know, is, "The Lord is my shepherd, I will not lack." And God is generous. He might not give what we want or give in the way we want it, but God gives us as it is in His will. And then further on, He talks about, how He blesses and anoints us with oil, and our cup runs over. And then if we think of the well-known verse in John 3:16, God so loved the world that He gave His one and only Son, so that we can have life in all its fullness if we believe in Him. And what a gift, what a sacrificial gift, to think that we can have eternal life because of Jesus and because of what God gave us. So what I was wanting to challenge us with is that thought of giving. We can never give like God does, and we can never outgive God, ever. But we can give what we can. And I was just thinking, perhaps in this week's leading up to Easter, what can we give? What do we have to give? It might be time to explain to a colleague or a neighbor or a friend what Easter is really about, and about that sacrificial gift of Jesus. And because of that we can have eternal life, or we can give our time to friends that might really have struggled in this past year, really might have gone through tough times because of COVID or just because of life. Just spend time with them, pray with them, go for a walk with them, leave some flowers or whatever it is, or give our spot to the lady at the back of the queue in the supermarket who's got a crying baby or a hungry toddler, or even pay for the person in front of us. How can we give? Let's challenge ourselves in that. As a street, our neighbours and us have decided we're going to leave chocolates out for the binmen, just as a sign of saying thank you and happy Easter. Um, just something small. Yes, how can we give? I want to leave us with that thought. May you have a blessed day, and may you have a peaceful and a joyful Easter. Thank you. Bye.